Hey everybody, it's Peter here with GoodyReader.com. We have the Goody Reader 13.3, the Onyx Boox Max Carta 13.3, and the Digital Paper DPT-RP1 13.3. This is 40 inches of e-reader. This is $2,000 worth of e-readers right here. USD, I might add. So that's like, $2,600 Canadian. We're not going to do e-reading, we're not going to do PDFs, we're not going to do any of that. We're just going to do writing because I'm going to get confused with all these styluses and everything. So you guys can look at the individual videos on all these guys if you want to know more information about them. And specifically, we're just going to do some drawing. So we'll start with the Onyx Boox. The Onyx Book is unique because it has audio on it, which is really great. But it doesn't have a touchscreen layer for your fingertips. You can't interact with it at all with your touchscreen. You have to be bound by the pen. The pen is very good. So if we go to the thickness setting here, and we choose the thickest one, just so we can see it on camera a little bit better. You have to be slow with the Onyx because it's a little unresponsive. There we go. So with the Onyx, you don't have any pressure sensitivity on the pen. So if you draw really hard, you draw really light, it's the same thing. So a little bit of a drawback, but it is fast. So you can see how fast it is. The eraser is also a little bit of a drawback because as you start erasing, the device really slows down, and you can see it's skipping over things, and it's like, oh, I'm not going to do that one, I'll do this one. So the writing experience on the Onyx is a little bit unresponsive when you go to erase, but really crisp when you draw. Also, you have, if it loads up here, you have shapes. So that's really cool because you can make, without using a ruler or anything, you can instantly make perfect triangles, perfect circles, perfect squares. Works great if you're doing graphing, stuff like that. So really good writing experience on the Onyx. The Sony by far has the best pen. Although it is powered, you have to power this up. Has lithium-ion battery inside, and it's kind of heavy compared to the Goody Reader and the Onyx that do not need any batteries. This one does. But oh man, it's good. And you get 2 graphite tips and 2 plastic tips in the box when you buy it, so really cool. The eraser function is very simple, just like the DPT-S1 was. And you get the cool option about this is you get blue and red, and that doesn't mean the actual pen color, because there is no color on this. But you'll see as you draw red, it grays out, and that means when you save this or file, or you take a screenshot, it's going to save it in red. The drawbacks of the Sony is that it only runs PDF. There's no Android apps. Both of these run Android apps. Both of these can sideload APKs and run, Google Play and all that. This one has only PDFs, no Mobi, no EPUB, no apps, no nothing. You can't even connect to Wi-Fi on this on the device. You can't transfer data or do anything. There's no browser. You have to go through your digital paper computer app. So you have to plug this in with a USB cable, go to your computer. While it's plugged in, select your Wi-Fi on your computer, connect to it, and then it'll have it as your saved Wi-Fi on here. Our Goody Reader started to snooze off as I was rambling on there, but let's wake you back up because it's your turn. So, oh yeah, but the writing experience on the Sony, fantastic. The Goody Reader has a little bit of an advantage in the writing aspect, and I'll tell you why. Although we're on font number 15, thickness number 15, and you do have a touch layer, of course, so that's the advantage that both of these have over the Onyx. So as you're writing, you can see I can write really lightly or strongly press down and create a bigger bleed. So that's the beauty of our pen, is that we have 1,000 levels of sensitivity. So you can write little tiny lines like that and thick lines like that in the exact same font setting. You don't have to change anything in between. So that's something that's really cool, because if you choose pencil or pen or even the ink, you can make it kind of bleed onto the page the way you'd want it to when you're actually writing. And people say, oh, you have a touch layer, can you rest your hand? Well, let me erase all that and show you that you can, absolutely. So if you write my name, you can go thin, thick, like that. So really cool in that regard. The downside is we don't have different font colors like the Sony does, and we don't have the graphing capabilities that the Onyx has. But you can see each of these brings something interesting to the table. Last thing we're going to look at real quick here, right, I have to use this. So we'll back out of there. We have a home button on ours, and Sony doesn't have a home button. So actually, you know what? No home button, no home. So for example, the Goody Reader 13.3 has a dedicated home screen with different tabs, and our tabs, the first two tabs are dedicated to e-reading, and the third tab is dedicated to the Android experience. Same with the Onyx. The Onyx is really good in that regard because the Onyx doesn't shove Android down your throat, which is great if it'll respond here. So we have the e-reading kind of home screen, and if you click on applications, you have the Android experience. On the Sony, not only do you have no Android, you don't even have a home screen. This is the home screen. You see, you can't go any further back than this. It has all documents is about as far back as you can go. But now the thing about Sony that kind of sets it aside from these two is that it only does PDF, but it does it super well. Anything you open up, an ebook in PDF format, a PDF, you know, technical document, textbook, anything, it's going to do it fantastic, and it's going to do it the same every single time. You don't need to open up Moon Plus Reader or Easy PDF Reader or, you know, anything specifically. It just does it well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There is individual really long videos on each one of these devices, also comparisons against each one of these. So check it out on youtube.com/goodyreader. This is just a mega video. I'm pretty sure no one's done 40 inches of e-reading before. So yeah. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, or something else you want to see, let us know.